Number 18, Yusuf Aishur. Number 20, Mark Gomez. Number 25, David Morris.
Max it up, gotcha.
And number 27, Michael Gomez.
I can hear my
The head coach of Portuguese club is Joe Roqueta. Now introducing the starting lineup for Croatia SC Vatreni. Number 0 in goal, Kresimir Vertica. Number 2, Amardi Manas. Number 5, Jassi Hranova. Number 7, Karn Litter. Number 11, Johnny Pashulidis. Number 12, Rob Hall. Number 14, Ragheb Othman. Number 9, Greg Zuko. Number 25, Johnny. Number 29, Mo Morelli. And number 99, Sean Bob. The head coach of Croatia SC is Dave Morey. The assistant coach is Joey Salenti. Introducing the officials for this match, the referee is Gus Adinalski. First assistant referee is Sebastian Poitevin. The second assistant referee is Billy Chang. And the fourth official is Jean-Jacques Poitevin. We acknowledge and provide thanks for our work and that of our members takes place on the unceded territories of the First Nations people of British Columbia, and specifically for the BC Soccer head office, which resides on the land of the coastal Salish people, including the territory of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand if you're able to, remove your hats, and join us with our national anthem.
Good morning and welcome to Richmond, British Columbia, and day one of the BC Soccer Adult Provincial Championships here at Minaroo Park. And on the oval field, we start the day with the men's Over-45 Provincial Cup Championship featuring Croatia SC Vatreni against Portuguese Club of Vancouver. I'm Tom Johnston. I'll be taking you through the action today as we get ready to see who will be crowned the 2025 Men's Over-45 British Columbia Champions. PCOV today in the off-blue colored shirt and socks with the black shorts. Looks like they'll be kicking from left to right here in the first half after the coin toss. Against Croatia in the all-white strips with the red checks, kicking from right to left. There's a bit of a breeze here on an otherwise beautiful morning for it here in Richmond.
Number 11 is Johnny Salenti, and number 25 is Johnny Pashulidis.
As the teams take the field. A little bit of rain overnight, which has left the field in great shape here, artificial turf or not. Although you can likely hear that wind whipping through our broadcast location, it is quite pronounced here, blowing left to right a little bit diagonally across the field. We'll see what impact, if any, that has. It'll be Croatia with their wind at the back to begin the game as they'll get ready to kick us off. Arm Litter stands over the ball, waiting for the signal from today's referee, Gustavo Zadoneski. And we're underway here in the 2025 Over-45 Men's British Columbia Provincial Cup Final. Two Vancouver Metro Soccer League rivals in this one. Early shout for a handball there. These two teams know each other very well. Croatia and PCOV having played all the way through from open to over 35s to now over 45s. Sure, some of the faces have changed, but I'm sure you'll recognize several players having continued with BC Soccer. Two stalwart clubs. An early up and under. It's a little scrambly here to begin the day. The sun shining down on us. And some of those faces you might recognize, particularly on the PCOV side. Several members of this team were part of the 2019 team that won the Over-35s Provincial Championship. A few years on here, and it's up to Over-45s now as they look to put a first Over-45s title into the club trophy case. It's Croatia on the front foot here to begin as Johnny defers to Johnny Pashalides. A pair of Johnnies looking to leave their mark on this one. A speculative effort there from Johnny. And Johnny Salentic with the apt one-name moniker as he looks to emulate some of his South American influences on his career. Johnny Salentic, when we talk about stalwart clubs, there's nobody more stalwart from a player perspective than Johnny Salentic when it comes to Croatia and their various exploits throughout the Vancouver Metro Soccer League, and indeed BC Soccer and Canada Soccer. Not sure if it was a conscious choice to ask to be referred to only as Johnny, or if it's just a bit of unfamiliarity with the Comet registration system. Nevertheless, as Croatia continue to hem PCOV in here to begin the day. Still nowhere to go for PCOV. Jesse Randawa gets us back underway. Comfortable here for Croatia in the early going. And they'll go probing again for a first attack. Litter with the hold-up play. Look at Salentic just drifting free there, but it's not come through to him. Instead, our first attack and our first big decision as referee Gus Zadoneski waves away the penalty. Did look as though there might have been a bit of contact there, but not enough, and the referee was very well positioned. Croatia undeterred, though. They'll build again. This time looking on the far side. They do seem to be having a bit of joy down that right flank. Through the middle again with Zuko. Cross into the area. Oh, it's left by the keeper, and looks like it'll be a corner kick there. Tough to see as the Corner flag has been knocked over again. I mentioned the breeze. It is quite pronounced, blowing diagonally across the field from right to left, and it's certainly Croatia with the wind at their backs and the wind in their sails here in the early going. Again, it's just about dealt with, but the second ball into the area. Here's Salentic now. Perhaps something for PCOV on the counter, though. Sprayed wide. Chance for Nam to attack. And a lightning quick counterattack, or as lightning quick as they get at this level. Sees Mike Gomes' potential cross turned out for the first PCOV corner kick, as brother Mark Gomes will jog forward and deliver. Delivery from Gomes. He's had better in his illustrious career. He'll get a second bite at it. He's done well there. Just about dealt with. Oh, it's well blocked. First opportunity for PCOV maybe here for some sustained possession, but the referee's going to stop it as a little worse for wear from that block. Looks like that's Rob Hall down after fearlessly throwing himself in front of that shot. And I'll just take a little bit of the sting out of it at the minute here. And we can tell you we have a full day of football feasting for the average local fan here today at Minoru. On the men's side, coming up this afternoon, the Over-35s B and Over-35s A. And we have the Classics on the women's side, Classics B and Classics A finals. Also today here at Minoru. And do join us tomorrow when the open age teams in both the men's and women's B and A finals take the field. And we'll have all the action for you streamed live here on BC Soccer's YouTube channel. We're back underway in the Over-45s final. And an easy one for Krazimir Zirka in the Croatia goal. Here's Johnny Salentic running again at the PCOV defenders. And you really feel that any success for Croatia today is going to come through Johnny Salentic. Another shout for a penalty. I'll have to say that the first one looked a better shout than that one, but once again, lively action around the PCOV penalty area, and the referee's going to stop it again here, waving away the penalty protest, but I think the PCOV players are raising an inquiry about Carmlitter's potential simulation on that one. And the referee seems just as disinterested in that shout as he is in the penalty shout. Back underway here in Croatia, continuing to be the protagonist here to begin. I can tell you these teams met 3 times in VMSL play this season. This is the 4th meeting of the teams this year. In league play, a bit of an uninspired 0-0 draw back in October between the teams. But the rematch at the beginning of January saw Croatia walk away 2-0 winners. PCOV would have their opportunity, though, for victory in VMSL Cup play, winning the round of 16 VMSL Masters B Cup tie between these two, 4-1 on that day. All en route to a second place finish in the league for PCOV this season. Well, having played many times this year and played many times over the years. Selentich, he's got room out here on the near side, but again, they seem to like something down that right flank. Not on this occasion, though, as Mike Gomes thwarts that effort. PCOV back on the front foot. It looked a bit of a foul, but we're going to play the advantage. Speculative effort there from Mark Gomes is blocked again. And Litter and Selentich renew acquaintances. Excuse me, not Litter. Kent Wachter, the veteran PCOV defender. Referee Gus Zadanaski happy enough to keep the cards in the pocket. Croatia again. Selentich has space in the middle, but they can't get him the ball, at least for now. Pasha lead with a bit of room to operate in the midfield. Left foot into space. It's going to be just too hard for Mo to catch up to that one. Love lost here between the two teams. Is plenty of comments on who should or should not be doing what as we wait for Wachter to get us back underway. Flicked on by Mike Gomes, and PCOV will build again here. Rob Hall sweeps that away tidily for Croatia. And the ball comes through here. It's a decent cross, but a little bit overcooked from Samir Abalel, as nobody was following up at the back post for PCOV. Getting a little bit more of a foothold in the game now. That counter-attacking setup they have seems to be serving them well, as they do look dangerous when they surge forward. However, we're back to regular scheduled programming here with Croatia's Sean Bobb. Oh, and that's a bit of a dangerous one. Croatia just getting away with it, but perhaps they could be punished for their loose play. Here's Abalel. Can't get the service. They'll settle for the throw-in. Almost fell brilliantly for PCOV's David Morris, but Hall doing just enough. Will Croatia yet be made to pay for their over-exuberance with their possession at the back? Mark Gomes is looking for a replacement ball to deliver this corner. We'll see if he can do better than his first corner, which I don't think he would be happy with, and I'm sure he'd be the first to attest to that. Better delivery from Gomes. It's dangerous. Oh, and the header just wide at the far post. It's more like it from a PCOV perspective. Randawa. Well, back again across the face. This time Morris nowhere near it for PCOV. And that speculative one will go all the way through to Mike Halford in the PCOV goal. Wachter. Zico Nam a little upset that the delivery didn't come a little sooner there, as he had to hold his run, fearing it was offside, but he's on the ball now. Here's Nam. And the referee's given that free kick the other direction. I think Nam looks rather stunned by that decision. Salentic now. Here's Litter. Can he find an angle? Salentic never afraid of a shot. Goes with the outside of the foot. But it's easily claimed by Halford. So some half chances either way, but no goalkeeper really called into question just yet. Perhaps Morris can change that. It's over the top from Gomes. Won't quite reach Nam, but he'll collect the seconds. Mark Gomes now. PCOV will try the near side with Abilale. Though I think perhaps they regret that choice, as that one drifts out of play, and it'll be Croatia back on the ball. Another bit of tidying up for Halford to do is this game just settling in here. It's lost a little bit of the verve that it began with as we hit the 20-minute mark thereabouts. I wonder how long until both teams start looking at potential options off the bench. But here's Salentic. Johnny appeals for offside, but the cross is delivered. And it's just about dealt with at the back post by Abilale. Well, lots of family connections here for PCOV with the Gomes brothers and the Abilale brothers. Another set piece opportunity. You feel these could be crucial today. It's another good delivery. Ooh, through everybody. Although referee Zadanaski has spotted something that he didn't quite like in that one. So it'll be a PCOV free kick. Abilale looking over the top. Defers to his brother. We'll go around the back. Wachter and Halford weren't exactly sure who was going to take Babby's pass there, but no harm, no foul. And it's with Mark Gomes. Abelel. Chance to deliver across. Runs through the area. It comes to Morris. He was unmarked. Unable to convert perhaps at the second attempt now. Back across the face, just out of the reach of Morris, but here's Nam. Mike Gomes to Mark Gomes with the outside of the foot. Just wide, but that was certainly, I would say, the best movement and opportunity from PCOV as they look to take the lead here as we approach the halfway mark of this first half in the 2025 Men's Over-45s BC Soccer Adult Provincial Cup Final. And the winds continue to swirl here. They've shifted just a little bit. They seem to now be blowing mostly directly across the field from west to east. If anything, though, they may be going a little bit from left to right. And with the winds, so has picked up PCOV's recent play. Long one from Wachter. Looking for Nam. Bob's dealt with it. Can Nam recover? More shouts, although they seem to be getting farther and farther away from actually being a penalty. Not the best distribution there. Bob's going to surge forward. Johnny. Wants the free kick, but we're going to have an advantage. And a good delivery from Bob towards Litter. Nobody out here on this near side for PCOV, so Croatia will come again. Zuko. Zelentic. And a chance through for... Oh my goodness, what a save by Halford. As Pashalid was clearing on goal with some nifty footwork. But Halford stood tall. And we will have our first change. We were wondering when we might see it. So Ragheb Othman's going to come off for Croatia there on that right side. And we'll see Tom Rukavina enter the fray. Croatia, we're building well down that right flank. We'll see if Rukavina can have the same success as Othman.
Ragheb Othman replaced with number 13, Tom Rukavina.
First chance for Rukavina to be involved. Doesn't get a touch on the ball, but he'll get it now. Hold the Bob. Looking for Celentic. Celentic with his arms in the air again, wanting another free kick. Anywhere Croatia go, on or off the field, you can likely find Johnny Celentic in the thick of things. And today is no exception. Scrambling at the top of the PCOV penalty area. Will it fall for Croatia? Zuko, will he have an effort? Looks for Salentic, wants it on his right foot. He's turned the corner. Johnny Salentic! Was there any doubt that he would be the man for Croatia as they take the lead here in the Over-45 Provincial Cup final? A lovely cut across the top of the area onto his right foot, finishing back across the keeper. He's done it hundreds of times in his long career, and Johnny Salentic has put Croatia SC Vatreni in the driver's seat here. You'd have to say the lead is likely deserved on the balance of play. Croatia have been the more adventurous side. Let's see what this does to PCOV, though. Will they have a response? They've had their moments. But here's Salentic again, looking to get back on the front foot. Instead, it's over the top. Morris.
Croatia, number 11, Johnny Salentic. The goal and officially in the 28th minute. Johnny Salentic in the 28th.
From long range, it's Mark Gomes. And, well, you would have been hearing about that one for years to come had he found the net. Instead, safely wide. Morris still lurking up front for PCOV. Let's see if they continue to play the ball around the back. Nope, they'll go a little bit more direct as there's space in the midfield. Zuko for Salentic, the goal scorer. He's turned Mark Gomes. And Salentic delivers towards Litter. It's bundled its way through to Halford. And that goal does seem to have sparked a bit of a increase in intensity from both sides. Abilale. Mark Gomes wants the ball. He gets the ball, but PCOV cannot keep the ball. Been a bit of a story today for PCOV, just all too happy to cede possession to Croatia. Still, though, this one far from settled. And Dawa gets us back underway. Ooh, and that was a bit of a nasty one. Achor warned by the referee. The stud's a little high in that challenge. Hall, ranging forward. Looking for Litter, but that's cut out by Wachter. Nowhere to go for Achor, and Croatia will come again. Pasha lead. Nobody to get on the end of Bob's ball forward. So Halford will start PCOV on their way. Long towards Morris. It's not going to reach him, though. Zuko's there. Morris getting involved. Pashalides, though, into some space. I think he wanted Johnny Salentic to make a run, and Johnny happy to explain to him that he's not going to be making that run. He wants the ball to feet. Stays in over on the far side. Scrappy there. Croatia come away with it. And a nice tackle there by Mark Gomes. And a ball towards Litter. Could it be two here? Well, you think maybe he could have done a little bit better with that. He stooped low for the header. Perhaps something with the left or right foot may have been more advisable. Bob winning that aerial battle. But it's come back, and he's now out of position. Can PCOV take advantage? Croatia have done enough to scramble that one away. Rukavina looking for Salentic. And Salentic's drawn a foul, much to the ire of PCOV. We might be up to double digits for the number of times Salentic has hit the deck today, and I'm sure it won't be the last one. Never far from a tackle, Johnny Salentic. But he's got the goal that has Croatia in the lead here as we approach halftime. Could PCOV have something to say yet? And we'll have play stopped again for a bit of an injury concern. This time it's Randawa who needs a bit of attending to. See the PCOV players protesting somewhat. That seems every time someone's on the deck, the play gets stopped. Get restarted with a drop ball here. Nam looking to keep it in on the far side, but he'll run out of real estate. We spoke earlier about PCOV's 2019 Over-35s Provincial Championship. Of course, the crowning achievement for Croatia SC as a club came the 2014 Open Provincial Championship. Johnny Salentic very much involved in that one. And very much involved here today as the ball nears him once more. Vachelides recovers it. Combining with Rukavina, nice turn there. Mark Gomes continues to break things up in the middle of the park. Tempers do seem to be rising just a little bit here. Speculatively towards Morris. Rizika will claim comfortably. He's going to go long. Over Litter, but Salentic has a beat on it. Walker's up, but it's fallen to Johnny Salentic, who goes from distance, and oh my, what a save by Halford. Well, if not for the top goalkeeping of Halford, it would be 3-0 for Croatia. As it is, it stands at 1-0, but Johnny Salentic winding back the years with that long-range effort to the bottom corner. It was beautifully struck. But Halford had the answer, at least on this occasion. Wachter. Bit of a loose ball. Croatia on the attack again. Vachelides, will he have it from distance? No. Abelel for Akjor. Mike Gomes finds Morris. Nam has space if they can find him, but not on this occasion. He'll keep possession, though. Gomes. Cut out by Zuko. Handed to Mark Gomes, though. He'll range a bit. Tackled by Zuko, and it's back with Croatia. And Salentic hits the deck again, and this time it will produce a yellow card as Sam Abelel finds his way into the referee's book. as we near halftime. And it appears Croatia are readying a further change. See if they do that now or if they choose to wait. PCOV with a change as well. Looked like it was Samir Abilel, but no. Now after the yellow card, they'll take off Sam Abilel. So he'll take a seat after that booking. And Litter, it looks like, is coming off here for Croatia. So Sam Abilel replaced by Kirk Wachter as the familial ties are continued. Well, Litter, who's done some good running up front for Croatia to begin the game, takes a brief break. I'm sure we'll see him again, as on in his place is Marty Korn. But now here's Actor. He's got a bit of a run going. Zuko will cut that out.
Yellow card caution given to Portuguese club Sam Abilel. Substitution.
Delivery from Actor.
For Portugal.
It's fallen to Mike Gomes. Over to Nam. Will he recycle it into the area? Blocked by Salentic.
24, Kirk Wachter.
Here's Mark Gomes. They'll settle for a throw-in. In some range here. Kent Wachter's going to try one from distance. Oh, and it was a little bit uncomfortable for Brzika in the Croatia goal, so it'll be a corner kick. Mark Gomes hurries forward to deliver, this time from the far side. And PCOV ready with a substitution, and will it take place before the corner kick? So that change that we thought was coming earlier until PCOV seemed to have changed their mind with the yellow card to Sam Abilel. Instead, they will now take off Samir Abilel right before this corner kick. And it's right into the area and well headed away there as it neared the head of Jeremia Gargilu, the PCOV substitute. Now towards Morris. He'll head it down, but there's no one there, and it's picked up by Korn, looking for Salentic. Eventually it makes its way there. Salentic will look to return the favor to Korn. He's 1-on-3. And Kirk Wachter will mop that up tidily. Seems to be some argument about where this defensive free kick is going to be taken. They'll move it back 5 yards or so. And now we'll proceed. Nam. Rukavina comes to Mike Gomes. Finds brother Mark. towards Actor. But now back with Croatia. But now back with PCOV. Mark Gomes. Now we found Nam in space. He'll cross towards Morris. It's headed away by Randall, and you have to say that was a necessary clearance. Actor's follow-up is blocked. Oh, big shouts there. And again, the cleats were high from Mike Gomes, and all kinds of bodies needing a moment or two to collect themselves. Ranging forward from Croatia, but no one with the legs to chase that just at the minute. Perhaps now they've set the trap, though, as Rukavina forces PCOV back. Running out of real estate over on the far side. Mike Gomes comes to assist. He can only get it as far clear as Bob. Now Johnny Salentic, the goal scorer. He can't negotiate his way past Gomes on this occasion. As we approach the last act of the first half, will PCOV have something to say about this scoreline before the break? Morris. He's looked dangerous. Gargiulo for Actor. Just about defended by Zuko, but they'll keep it alive. Gargiulo. Can't get it past Pachelides, and he'll go the other way. But he runs directly into Mike Gomes. He's thinking about it on his left foot. And they're going to give him the free kick as well. Well, neither side seemed too happy with the decisions of referee Gus Zadaneski here in the first half, so that probably means he's just about doing his job. This free kick's going to be well within range here. Several parties look interested. Wachter, Mark Gomes, probably the most likely, you'd think, although Morris is also interested. It's Mark Gomes placing the ball. He's had a few efforts from distance already. They're going to get the yardage here. Imagine that wall's going to come back just back to the yellow line. That's the way those American football or Canadian football lines can really assist the referee there. So Wachter's left it now. Mark Gomes and Morris standing over it. Again, you'd think it'd be Mark Gomes. Quite the run up, though. It is Mark Gomes. Directly into the wall. And blocked down again. Will the second phase or third phase bring some joy? It'll be another free kick. It was a little bit of a sloppy challenge there from the man they call Mo. Johnny Salentic letting him know that there was no need for that one. So another chance for Gomes to deliver. Assistant referee Billy Chang spotting up the free kick. Gomes now to whip it in. 6 PCOV shirts lurking. It's a good delivery. It's headed away. Gomes has it down again, though. And this time the whistle comes for a Croatia free kick. As more bodies are on the deck. 3 minutes here to be added on in the first half, and you'd have to say that might be a little bit on the conservative side. We've had several stoppages, lots of players down needing attention, lots of these discussions and remonstrations with the referee. Of course, we had the goal from Johnny Salentic just before the half-hour mark, and that's what separates these two VMSL rivals. So 3 minutes of added time announced, although a minute of it nearly has already elapsed before we get back underway. Salentic can't quite help that one on. But this one's over the top. Pashalides has a run on it. He's onside. He's got Korn to aim for. Headed away by Wachter. Rukavina wanted it through to the back post there. Frustrated that the delivery didn't come. Salentic just heaves that one away as Zuko now down after clashing with Achor. Looks like a little bit of a problem for Kirk Wachter as well. Stretching something. I think both sides will be happy to hear the halftime whistle when it comes. Again, though, we've spent most of this additional time not playing football. We'll see if referee Zadanaski adds on anything more. For now, though, as we approach what we would expect to be the last minute, it's Croatia looking to add to their lead. Zuko. And not the best from Salentic on that occasion. He'll harangue the PCOV defense, though, and he's caused a turnover. Here's Korn. Should be a great time to score if you're a Croatia supporter. Bob following up. Instead, it'll come to Mark Gomes. Does he want to launch one last PCOV attack? He certainly does. Over the top, Nam has room to run onto it. Will he get there? Can he keep it in? Just about. Nam for Mike Gomes. Into the area. Off Morrison. Ooh, that nearly found its way towards the goal of Brzika. As this should just about do it. And indeed, the referee looking at his watch, whistle in the mouth. And we've reached halftime in the 2025 Men's Over-45 BC Soccer Provincial Cup Championship here at Minoru Park in Richmond, BC. And the halftime score, Croatia SC Vatreni 1, Portuguese Club of Vancouver 0. We'll be back with second half action shortly. And welcome back to the BC Soccer 2025 Men's Provincial Cup Over-45 Championship Final here at Minaru Park in Richmond, BC, where Croatia SC Vatreni lead Portuguese club of Vancouver 1-0 after a first-half goal from Johnny Salentic. Portuguese club of Vancouver in the off-blue strip with the black shorts and blue socks, kicking from right to left here in the second half. Against Croatia in the all-white strip with the red checkered shirts. Again, we talk about the wind swirling today, and it once again seems to be blowing a little bit across the field, and if anything, a little bit right to left. So still at the back of PCOV as they attempt to find their way back into this match with a corner kick to the near post that just about works. It comes back to Mark Gomes. He's fizzed one across, but to no avail as that's safely out the other side from a Croatia perspective. The first half was a choppy affair. Several stoppages, several heavy tackles. As we talked about, these two teams know each other very well. No love lost. This is their fourth meeting this season alone, having played twice in Vancouver Metro Soccer League play, where there was a draw and a Croatia win. As we get reacquainted with referee Gus Zadaneski's whistle here in the second half. The third meeting of the year came in VMSL Cup play, where PCOV were victorious. But right now it is Croatia with the crucial lead in the Provincial Cup final. This is Sean Bobb now. Rukavina. Can tell you that as we watch this one roll through towards the PCOV goal, Mike Helford's out of the net. Johnny Salentic is going to look to drift it over his head, and he did successfully clear the goalkeeper, but just wide of the goal as Salentic looked for his second of the match. And a quick change here, just a minute or two into the second half, as PCOV have made an adjustment, as it looks like Kirk Wachter, who came on there in partway through the first half and did look to be struggling a little bit before the break. Looks like he said he'd come out and give it a go, but clear to him early on that he won't be able to continue. So Kirk Wachter takes his leave, and we welcome Denny Ferreira into the match for the first time today. I'm going to suggest that it's actually pronounced Ferreira, but my apologies to Denny. A long one forward now to Kent Wachter, who remains on the field.
Is Kurt Wachter, replaced by number 6, Anthony Ferreira. That substitution officially in the 48th minute.
Mike Gomes now sparking the PCOV attack. PCOV were eager to resume the match as they were out a few minutes before halftime concluded. We'll see what adjustments they've made as Mike Gomes puts that one into the arms of Croatia's goalkeeper Krizimir Brzica. He hasn't been really tested here so far. A few speculative efforts that he's had to deal with, but the stricter accounting has come for PCOV's Mike Halford. A couple of big saves, both at crucial times, one to keep it 0-0 and then one to keep it 1-0 after Johnny Salentic had given Croatia the lead that they currently enjoy with a lovely finish across the box. He tried one from long range that would have been highlight reel if Halford hadn't gotten down and palmed it away from the post. He'll get PCOV going now. Mike Gomes looking for Yusuf Akshur, but Zuko for Croatia says no. Johnny Salentic to the back post. There's space here. And on the full volley, Korn looking to roll back the years. Didn't quite negotiate that one with the left foot. That would have been spectacular. It's a beautiful day here at Minoru Oval in Richmond, BC. The sun is shining, although I'll admit it's a little bit chilly up here in the shade in our commentary position, especially with that wind blowing. The wind hasn't seemed to impact the game too much to this point. Achor, he's looking for Nam. For a scrambling back, and another foul as the free kick count continues to toad upwards. And this is our first match of this weekend's finals. Still plenty of action still to come. We have both the women's Masters A and B Cup finals still to come today here, as well as the men's Masters A and B Cup final. That's for over 35 aged players. And tomorrow the open age teams take center stage with the men's and women's A and B Cup finals. So plenty of hardware to be handed out. Croatia Vatreni looking to become the first team to etch their name onto a trophy this season. They're in control at the minute, but here's Nam. He's got some space out on that right-hand side. Numbers coming to join him in the box. 3 to aim for if he can deliver. It has gone towards the goal, but Rizika comfortably catches and gets Croatia going the other way. Rukavina now for Salentic. Oh, a little bit of a nutmeg there. Salentic surges towards goal. Wachter looks to parry him away. Again, another shout for a penalty as Salentic hits the deck. He was crowded out there, and once again, referee Gus Zadanowski, not for the first time today, waving away a Croatia penalty appeal. Did seem to land a little bit awkwardly on his hip there, Salentic. You can see that seems to be where he's grabbing. Well, no worse for wear, it seems. And Rukavina looks like he'll be throwing this one back to PCOV, who sportingly put the ball out of play. Lally for Mark Gomes. Babby now. Wachter's clearance cut out. Croatia feels they were a bit wasteful with that, but it has found the corner, so we'll see if they can hem PCOV in here with a deep throw in. Lally to take. Mark Gomes looking to dance his way out. He's done just about enough. Mike Gomes. The referee doesn't deem that to be a foul. Says Croatia got the ball, but that means it's a PCOV throw-in. It's all a little bit choppy here, mirroring what we saw in the first half. And another change. So Rukavina and Offman will take each other's places, just as they did in the first half. Offman heading back on now as Rukavina takes a breather after 10 minutes of action here in the second half.
Substitution for Croatia. On the bench now is number 13, Tom Rukavina, replaced by number 14, Rebecca Hoffman. That substitution officially in the 56 minutes.
Gomes now. And it comes through to Nam. It's a good early cross towards Actor at the back post. Well, that one had the fans out of their seats here in front of me at the Minoru Oval, but was not to be. Some signs of life, though, for PCOV as they look to get back on level terms here. Just over half an hour to go in this one. Croatia still leading through Johnny Salentic's first half goal. Towards Salentic again. He was onside when that was played. He's got a bit of a step on Wachter, but Wachter's done well to negotiate his way back. That was well defended. Zuko with a full-blooded challenge to Offman, and that one's come through to Salentic. Can he double the tally? Cut out by Wachter, and Salentic and his teammates will argue about what should have happened or could have happened. In the meantime, the ball has remained in play. Offman and Lally grappling in the corner. Lally calmly to Wachter. Despite being in the lead at the minute here, Croatia players seem to want a little bit more from each other. Mike Gomes now. Looking for Actor. Now it's Mark Gomes. He's got some space. What's he going to do here? Looking for Nam. Is it going to reach him? It does. And the cross wasn't the best. Looking for anything there. A corner kick, penalty kick perhaps, but in the end, just a wasted opportunity. It has been more positive here from PCOV to begin the second half, though. A bit of a role reversal from the first half where Croatia were clearly carrying the play and full value for their eventual goal. PCOV doing a little bit more counterattacking in that first half. The script has flipped somewhat, at least to begin the second half here. And coming up next here on the Minoru Oval is the Women's Masters A final between Gorge FC from the Victoria area and Port Moody Gunners. So if you're in the area, do come join us. And that one will be followed up at 5 o'clock by the Men's Masters A final, also featuring a team from Port Moody, the Port Moody SC Rangers, against defending champions Surrey FC Pegasus. And if you can't make it out to beautiful Minoru Park here in Richmond today. Do stay with us wherever you're watching from on BC Soccer's YouTube channels. We'll have all the matches today and the matches tomorrow as well. I'll be bringing you the Men's Masters B Cup final coming up after this Over-45's final over on Field 2 here at Minoru Park. That one kicks off at 2 o'clock. Johnny Slantic back on the ball here for Croatia. Can he extend the lead? It's on his right foot. Defers to Othman. And Othman's offside. Lally for PCOV. Gets it around Othman. This is Mark Gomes. Mike Gomes into the space. Nyam's got the run here. He's got lots of acreage. 3 to aim for if he can negotiate the cross. Nyam can't beat the first defender as it goes agonizingly from a PCOV perspective out off Randawa. Throw in, though, Mark Gomes is in space. Seemed to have a little bit of an issue. It was a corner kick. Yes, that's what we thought. A little bit of a surprise there to see Nam take a throw-in, but Mark Gomes will take the 4th corner of the match here for PCOV. Will this be the delivery that finally bears fruit? Lots of bodies there. It's a good ball in, but that's good goalkeeping by Brzyzika. Safe hands there, and that's what you love as a defender, to see your goalkeeper just come out and confidently claim that one through the sea of bodies. Take a little bit of the sting out of it for Croatia. Looking long for Korn. A bit of an island up there is Korn at the minute. Croatia starting to sit a little bit deeper, and you can't really blame them with this 1-0 lead. Especially when you have the explosive instant offense potential of Johnny Slantic. But it's PCOV asking the questions. Nam again. Looks like he was chopped down there. Indeed he was. PCOV perhaps wanting a little bit of an advantage played there. Not sure would have been able to negotiate his way through the Croatian defense, but we'll never know now. A free kick, though, and another chance to get more bodies forward. Washter's going to come join the fray from the back. Morris is lurking. He's an imposing figure there. Mike Gomes, Nam, they're queuing up. Achor. Arjanola. Here comes the delivery from Mark Gomes. Headed away, only as far as Lally. He'll hoist it forward. Is Achor on side? Flag is staying down. He's going to keep the ball in. Can he find a teammate? He'll go for it himself. Ooh, and nearly at the back post. Wachter. Looks like some debate here. The assistant referee has given a goal kick, but referee Zadanaski has given a corner kick. It did look to be a corner kick, and that is ultimately what we have here. So another chance for Mark Gomes to whip one in. Same cast of characters is looking for it. Into the area, and it's turned in! Fabulously by Kent Wachter. He didn't quite get on the end of that first cross, but he's gone in and well claimed that header. Although he's left Brzyzika in a heap, it didn't look to be a foul, and certainly neither the assistant referee nor referee Zadanaski called a foul, and we have confirmed the goal after consultation. So Kent Wachter here just before the 65th minute has leveled the score. It's 1-1. It really was a thunderous header. You do hope Brzyzika's okay, though. And we saw him come out and confidently claim that last corner kick, but he was crowded out there on this one, and when Wachter rose the highest, it looks like he came down on top of Brzezika there. Being attended to there by Zuko. Bit of a delay. Doesn't look like we're going to get anyone on to have a look at him, so hopefully that means just a little bit of an impact injury. Well, it was a bit of a scrappy goal, and given what we've seen so far today, that fits the script, certainly. So Johnny Salentic sees his first half goal canceled out by Kent Wachter. And we'll see where the last 25 or so minutes takes us here in the Over-45 men's BC Soccer Provincial Final.
Scoring for Portuguese PCOV, number 7, Kent Wachter. Unofficially, the 65th minute.
Although you'd expect maybe we have a little bit more than 25 minutes to play, is quite the delay here with Brzezika receiving some treatment. Looks like perhaps a issue with the arm or shoulder. Doesn't look like anybody getting ready to potentially replace him on the Croatia bench. Longtime Croatia club goalkeeper Didar Sandu is listed as eligible, but doesn't look like he's available today. So if Brzezika cannot continue, it'll be a little bit distressing for Croatia.
Last name is Wachter.
Meanwhile, Croatia does look like they are going to go to the bench here. Not for Brzezika, though. Instead, it's Randawa being replaced. So Brzezika okay to continue, at least for now. Randawa takes his leave. And Nam had been getting the better of him down that right-hand side, so perhaps something tactical there for Croatia. Croatia want a free kick there, and Pashalides can't believe he won't be getting one. Croatia looking to just settle back into things after giving up that goal, but here's Mark Gomes. Johnny Salentic. Those two have been playing against each other for literally decades. It's Andrew Zalage who came on to replace Randawa, to see if he can deal with Nam. But right now it's Mike Gomes, rather. Hoffman finds Bob.
Substitution for Croatia. Coming out of the bench, number 5, Jesse Wachter. Against number 23, Casa Ricketts.
Korn dropping a little bit deeper. Looking for Salentic. Feels he was fouled. No love on that one. Atchor feels he was fouled. No love that way either. Now a chance for Salentic to run onto this one. Johnny Salentic taking on Lally. Did look like Salentic rather showing his experience there, just giving Lally the chance to leave a leg hanging, and when it was hung, he took his opportunity to claim the free kick. Having won the free kick, Salentic stands over to deliver. Temperature rising here on the field and ambiently as well towards the back post. Zalic, having just come onto the field, can't negotiate that header. Take a minute to just catch our breath here as we enter the final act of what has been an enthralling Over-45 Provincial Cup final. Hoffman as Croatia ratchet up the intensity here. Salentic and Wachter. Cleared only as far as Hoffman. Zuko towards Salentic. She was offside. Lally will let that run out. Hoffman starts the next attack for Croatia. You have to say, after conceding that equalizing goal, they've responded well. Here's Bob. Looking for Salentic. He's got a bit of a space to hit it on the turn, and another stop by Halford. Not for the first time today have those two locked horns. Halford winning this duel, although that one might have been just creeping outside of the post. Halford taking no chances, though, with a sharp save. But now he'll deal with the ensuing corner kick. Hoffman offers the short option, but Salentic prefers to whip this one in. It's a good ball. Halford's done well. And he'll start Nam on a counterattack. Mike Gomes overlaps. He's got the pace. And he'll win a throw-in. Nam. Can't quite negotiate it back to Gomes. Lally steps in to prevent Salentic getting on that one, but it might be for naught as Salentic gets on it in space. Well tackled there by Garginola. Mark Gomes looking for Atchor. Manhas happy enough to just steer that one away. And we'll have a change here. So Nam seems to have run out of gas there, out on the right flank. And Bill Shokar provides the fresh legs. Nobody running off that one from Bob, and it'll be Halford's ball.
Substitution for Portuguese and PCOV. Coming out of the match is number 6, James Ferreira, replaced by number 17, Bill Shokar. Official age is 76 minutes.
And further changes here as we've hit that part of the match. So it looked like the first sub, so Shokar now comes on the field. The first sub was actually Roger Gill taking over for Nam. So Shokar now comes in here on the left side. And there's Korn with a great effort from the edge of the area. And it'll go out for a corner kick again, but not for the first time today. Mike Halford doing what you pay your goalkeeper to do. Earning his keep there with another top save. Will he be able to deal with the corner kick, though? In from Selendich and safely held by Halford. Here's Shokar now. Mike Gomes. For Morris. Looking to carry it through to Atchor, but Sean Bob cuts that one out. Ooh. Mark Gomes nearly cutting that one out from Bob, but it does reach Korn. And again, Korn. He's beat one defender. And again, another great save from Halford. Well, it certainly has been all Croatia since we had that tying goal from PCOV. In the closing minutes here as we approach the final 10 to play. Another corner kick from Johnny Salentic. Korn's lurking. Zalage is lurking. To the front post. Palmed away by Halford. We'll do it again. Next delivery. Just about headed away this time by Mike Gomes. Is the third time the charm. Darko Jelic lurking right in front of Halford as the ball comes in that direction. Headed away. And it'll be another corner this time from the near side. Salentic isn't going to come take this one. Hoping to maybe just get forgotten about as he lurks at the back post. None of the PCOV players seem to have picked him up as Oathman looks to deliver. And they do go towards Salentic. It'll reach him from distance. He hits it. Oh, off the crossbar. You can see what Salentic was thinking right from the moment the ball went out for a corner kick on the opposite side. Just see if he couldn't get lost there. Ball did find its way to him, and another long-range effort that is just about the key to the lock. Yelich. Salentic looking for Korn's run, perhaps. No. Defers to Zuko. Rides one challenge. Zuko's been a monster in the midfield for Croatia today, but he's lost out on this occasion, and PCOV will start a new attack. Wasteful from Ferreira. He'll get another bite at the apple. Again wasteful, and it's Salentic latching onto it. It's going to be just too far for Korn to get on the end of. A reminder that if this result stays the way it is, 1-1, we will go directly to a penalty kick shootout to decide the 2025 BC Soccer Over-45 Men's Provincial Champion. Still several opportunities, though, for someone to change that script. Wachter looks to be in a little bit of discomfort there. His follow-through seemed to contact Korn. Could have been a bit of a dangerous moment there for PCOV as Korn and Salentic were both in a bit of space there. Wachter wasn't able to negotiate that one. It could have been disastrous nearly for PCOV, but they survive, and they'll get the ball back here. Wally. Morris now. He's put in a shift today. Will something maybe break for him in these final moments? Shilkar looking to check it back onto his right foot, but Othman takes it away. Pachalides steps past one Gomes, but not the other. Mike defers to Mark. Mark cannot find Morris, though. Little bit soft of a back pass there, and PCOV latch onto it. Ferreira. Gill. Check that. That's Mike Gomes. Again, running down that right flank. He'll settle for the throw-in. Morris. Holding off Zalage. He'll win the corner kick. And this is where PCOV found their equalizer. Could it lead to a winner? with just about 5 minutes to play. Mark Gomes is looking for a ball. We don't have one. He'll be forced to go retrieve the one that went out of play. Waketer lurking again just at the edge of the area. Not quite the same strategy as what led to his goal, where all the PCOV players were crowded right in that goal area around Rzika in the Croatia goal. Perhaps they'll end up there. Waketer makes his move. The delivery. It's good from Gomes. Over the head of Waketer this time. Can Shokar keep it alive? Will Lally whip one back in? He will. Towards Morris. It's over Morris. And it's agonizingly off the foot. And out of play. That would have been a twist in the tail had Roger Gill been able to make clean contact in that second phase ball. Back to Croatia now. Johnny Salentic looking for that one, but it doesn't get all the way through. So instead, Achor, he's got Gill. Gill's got space, again down that right flank. Can he cross it? Yes, here's Morris. And out for a corner kick. Confidence growing in the PCOV ranks that this will be the moment. Everybody back to defend this from Croatia. Taking no chances at all. Another Mark Gomes delivery to come. This time they're queuing up at the back post. It's a good delivery again. And the keepers come, but it's nothing but a heavy challenge from Morris. And PCOV are certain that the last touch there came off of a Croatia player. Brzika's once again down in a heap, having taken contact. The end result of all of this appears to be a goal kick. As we approach the 90th minute, it looks like Croatia are readying another substitution, perhaps with penalty kicks in mind. I would expect a decent chunk of time to be added on here, though. Not for the first time. We waited for a player to gather themselves. Looks like we will have that change. It's Othman heading off. And it's Peter Salentic coming on, surely with an eye to a potential penalty shootout here. We'll find out just how far away from that conclusion we might be when we see the fourth officials board. It's like 6 or 7 minutes of time to be added on here. Oh, and it's not a good goal kick. Here's PCOV. So it was 6 minutes. We're into that now. Here's Achor. Cut out by Hall. Again, stay with us here on BC Soccer's YouTube channel as we build throughout the weekend towards the men's and women's A Cup finals tomorrow afternoon. Coming up next here on the Oval Field, the Women's Masters Over-35's A Cup final. And do join me at 2 p.m. for the Men's Masters B Cup final over on Field 2 here at beautiful Minoru Park in Richmond, British Columbia, as Johnny Selentich launches the latest attack for Croatia. No free kick, just a throw in. Pashilides for Korn, who's dropped into a deeper role with the introduction of Peter Selentich. Pashilides safely into the arms of Mike Helford. Long one forward. Not the cleanest contact there, but Zuko's got it. Is Selentich onside? He's not. He didn't look onside. Looked like he was the wrong side of the defenders, and that's exactly what assistant referee Billy Chang saw as well. And now we see PCOV turning their mind towards potential penalty kicks.
Coming out of the match now is number 8, Roger Gill, replaced by number 13, Billy Carrasas.
So Billy Carrasas on now. As Shokar and Gill will not take part in penalty kicks, but Samir Abulel has rejoined us. Will we reach penalty kicks, though? Still a couple of minutes there. Abulel wins the ball back, and the Gomeses get PCOV going forward. He can't get through a stout Croatian defense, but they'll have another chance here. Achor. He's got 2 to aim for. Will it get through to Morris? No, Bob heads away, but not cleared. It bounces. Oh, big shouts for handball. It was certainly contact with the arm there, but referee Gus Zadarnowski says no, the arm was in a natural position. Mark Gomes. Play stays alive for Achor. It just won't fall for a PCOV player. And now a counterattack opportunity. That's too much for Pashilides. Morris is going to give chase on this one, though. Hall does just about enough. Will there be a delivery here? No, Hall will shepherd that one away. Croatia don't seem in too much of a hurry to get play resumed here. Looks like they're satisfied. They like their odds in a potential penalty kick shootout. Cut out by Mark Gomes. But it does reach Johnny Selentich eventually. He's turned the corner. Selentich taking on Abulel. Selentich gets the delivery in. Oh, and it's just over the head of his brother Peter. Darko Jelic can't contain Mike Gomes. And PCOV will go again. Here's Morris. He's got space. Achor wants it. But Morris can't get the ball into his general area. Mike Gomes working well to keep it in. He's done well. He's kept the ball in. Morris coming late. And neither team is giving this one up just yet. Pashalides for Jelic. But he can't get that into the orbit of Johnny Salentic. Into the final minute of the time that we were promised. We'll see if referee Zadaneski lets it go on beyond the 6 minutes. For now, though, it's Morris. Mike Gomes towards Achor. Back to Mike Gomes. Defended by Croatia. And they'll win a free kick. Bit of cramp setting in here. We'll have a delay as we hit the 6th of 6 minutes that we were promised. Zuko struggling to quite literally limp his way to the finish line. And that is the finish line as referee Zadaneski brings the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Provincial Cup Over-45 Championship to a close. The full-time score, Croatia SC 1, PCOV Portuguese Club of Vancouver 1. Join us now to decide this on a penalty shootout. And welcome back to the 2025 Men's Over-45 BC Soccer Provincial Cup Championship Final, where the full-time score was PCOV Portuguese Club of Vancouver 1, Croatia SC Vatreni 1. We'll now settle this. It's a penalty shootout. Shooting first for Croatia. Graham Zuko as he faces down Mike Halford in the PCOV goal. Zuko, a little stutter step, and straight down the middle. Zuko was a stalwart in the midfield today for Croatia. Plenty of bone-crunching challenges. And he's converted his penalty. So first up, though, for PCOV will be Samir Abalel.
Now stepping up for Portuguese Club of Vancouver, number 16, Samir Abalel.
Abalel subbed back into the game late to take this penalty. We'll see if he was warm enough. Oh, and he's done just enough there to send Croatia goalkeeper Krezimir Brzica the wrong direction. It wasn't the most convincing of finishes, you have to say, but once Brzica stepped the wrong way, it was just about lights out. So 1-1 after the first shooters. And now here's Martin Korn. He was the goal-scoring leader for Croatia during the league campaign. Will he convert his penalty here? And again, Halford moving early, and Korn rolls it the other direction. And making that long walk forward from midfield now for PCOV is Mark Gomes.
Now taking the shot for Portuguese Club of Vancouver is number 20, Mark Gomez.
And Gomes is a set-piece specialist for PCOV, but he's well read there by Brzica. And we have our first miss. So 2-1 to Croatia after two shooters. Sean Bob now coming forward for Croatia.
Now shooting for Croatia, number 99, Sean Bob.
Straightforward run up from Bob, and once again, Halford to his right. Bob finishes on the other side. And a bit of pressure now here for PCOV. They'll send forward David Morris to keep them within reach. Morris played all 90 minutes today. A proper number 9. Very physical up front for PCOV. The ball never quite fell to him, though, for him to show his prowess in front of goal. Can he show it from the penalty mark? No, he cannot. And just like that, Johnny Salentic has a chance to win it.
Now shooting for Croatia, number 11, Johnny Salentic.
For the championship, Johnny Salentic. Absolutely no mistake. And the 2025 Men's Over-45 Provincial Cup champions are Croatia SC Vatreni from the Vancouver Metro Soccer League. It was an action-packed final as Croatia took the lead through a first half strike from Johnny Salentic. That was canceled out in the second half by a thunderous header from PCOV defender Kent Wachter. That was the score after 90 minutes. Croatia SC 1, PCOV 1, and in the penalty shootout, Croatia goalkeeper Kazimir Brzica makes 2 saves, and Johnny Salentic steps up to fire Croatia to the title. Congratulations to Croatia SC Vatreni and to PCOV as well for making it to the final. Congratulations to the VMSL for providing 2 spectacular teams. And thank you to BC Soccer and the City of Richmond for hosting this event. The final from the 2025 Men's Over-45 BC Soccer Provincial Cup Championship is Croatia SC Vatreni 1, Portuguese Club of Vancouver 1. Croatia SC Vatreni win 4-1 on penalty kicks.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for both teams for a fine match in today's Adult Provincial Championships Men's Over-45 Cup. I'd like to direct your attention now to the table set up in midfield there for the presentation of today's trophies. And here to make the presentation from BC Soccer are the Director of Business Operations, PJ O'Coin, and the Vice President of Adults, Ralph Luongo. I would like to say a special thank you and recognize today's match officials who are each being presented with the Provincial Championships commemorative coin. First of all, let's present the man of the match. The most valuable player is from the Portuguese Club of Vancouver, Mike Halford. Presentation of the silver medals from today's match. Please give a hand to the Portuguese Club of Vancouver. Let's give it up for the gold medalists, the champions of the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Over-45 Cup Final, Croatia SC Vatreni. A Cup, Gorge FC against Fort Moody Gunners. That match kicks off at 2:30 right here at the Mineral Open.